ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ. TVKS ಕಾರ್ಯಕಾರಿ ಸಮಿತಿಯು ಅನೇಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2022 ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋಂಗೆ ಸಂಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಎಳ್ಳು ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ TVK ಸಂಘ ಅಂತ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ನ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ tvksangha.org ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಲಭ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಡೆಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರರಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರು TVKSನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ವಿಠಲ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಒದಗಿಸುವ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮತ್ತು ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ವೆಬಿನಾರು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಗುರಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸದುಪಯೋಗ ಪಡಿಸ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ಗಳು ಇವತ್ತೊಂದಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ 2ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಕಟ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುಗಾದಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ 16ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಗೆ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ರಮೋನ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸು ಫ್ಲೈಯರ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸದ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಬಲನೇ ನಮಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಲುಕ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ಇಂದಿನ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಡಲು ಉದ್ಯಮಶೀಲ, ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸಿಂಗ್, ಉತ್ಸಾಹಿ, ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಸೃಜನಶೀಲತೆ, ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವಿಟಿ ತುಂಬಿರುವಂತ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೀಮ್ನ ರೋಹಿತ್ ನಲ್ಲಪೆಟ್ಟ ಅವ್ರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ರೋಹಿತ್, ಓವರ್ ಟು ಯು.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಆದರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇಂದು TVKS ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಿರುವವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆದ ಮಿನ್ ನುವೆನ್ ಮತ್ತು ತಂಡ. We're very happy to organize this financial webinar for all of you. We thank Min once again for doing this with his team. As a part of a little bit of a housekeeping, here is the point. You can feel free to chat and type your questions anytime during the webinar. Please put a Q and followed by a question so we know how to screen the question for later. We will be playing Kahoot games in this session. We'll play a total of 3 Kahoot games for every 15 minutes. In each Kahoot game, there are 2 winners. So at the end of the webinar, we'll be announcing 6 winners. So please stay on to find out if you're still the winner of the Kahoot games. There are 6 winners. The total program time is about 45 minutes and we are ready to go. And in the meanwhile, let me introduce you our grand sponsor, Min Nguyen, who's been an excellent supportee of us. And I will let Min take over and talk for himself. Thank you, Min.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Roy, or Rohit and Ramesh. And, first of all, I do want to say something to our attendance audience here today. First of all, I would like to thank you for allowing us to be part of a educational program today. But I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of friends already because I see Garisha already texting me and say, hello, Min, good morning. And I know that there's many other, like say Guru, Ramesh. And second of all, the program today set up, it's just amazing by the background of, I call him Mr. Bollywood, Himant, right? And Vital and Rohit and Rams and Ramesh. You guys are like taking this to the next notch level, man. You guys are way over professional. So hats off to you. Thank you very much. And I know it's going to be a great event today. And today I would just, I want to tell you that Rohit and the team asked us to prepare 3 agenda topics. But I'll be honest to you, these topics cannot be covered within 15 minutes. So think of it as more like an appetizer. And hopefully that today you like the food and maybe we can have more opportunity. And like I said, in the future, I like to have this kind of event in person because we have offices that we can certainly get a chance to see each other and shake each other's hands and eat some real food instead of just talking over Zoom food, okay? So anyhow, today I have invited two other great speakers. One is Kan Fan, she's in Southern Cal, and Hin Koo is in Northern Cal, as I am here today. And so I will just give a quick screen, and after that, I'm gonna turn it over to Kan. And as I always say, you know, Kan has a better look than me because with a female, you have the luxury of makeup. And I tell people that this morning, this is all the makeup already on me and it still look like this. So I apologize in advance, all right? So anyhow, and even when I'm working or when I'm building anything, I like to have fun. So very quickly, just so that you know that my background is I used to be a clinical pharmacist and I train physicians and doctors and nurses and pharmacists in the hospital. But in a very short time, I got a little itchy and I want to learn how to invest and grow my assets and whatnot. So one thing led to another. I am doing this business full time now, and I have the luxury of sharing my stories and talking to many of you already in terms of the TVKS community. And thank you to Guru, Ramesh, Vital again, and Rohit, and everybody who organizing this today. And some Girisha, Dinesh, and every one of us become friends. Today, you can see that sixth circle there. I will only talk about, we're gonna touch a little bit on retirement and on protections. So there's many other things that we can touch upon, but I wanted to turn it over to Kan to give you about 15-minute overview of the protection of family, because I believe that is the first thing that is most important for any family organization. So Kan, with that being said, please take over. Thank you very much, Kan.
All right. Thank you, Anwen, for the nice introduction. Thank you, Ramesh, and the whole team for being very welcome and warm welcoming to us today. Let me start my presentation. Give me 1 second here. All right. So today, to get started, I'm going to talk about family insurance planning. That's my first part. And in the next 15 minutes, you're going to have some fun with me. All right. So let's, before we get started, I want to kind of have a quick disclaimer that our presentation is mainly for educational purpose. If you need some tax advice, legal advice, or anything, any professional advice, please consult with your professional. And then the presenter, me, cannot be held responsible for if incidental loss of using of the information, okay? So that's enough about disclaimer. Now, before you say, who's this Kan lady, right? I want to share with you a story of a person like you might relate to, because I immigrated to United States about 25 years ago. As many of the immigrants, you know, first generation, we were told that to follow the American dream, which is getting a higher education, you know, get a good job, get married, have a home, have kids. I did all that check mark, right? And at that time, because I have my MBA in finance, I thought I knew how to take care of my family financial plan. But at that time, I was like a little frog, you see on the left, little frog at the end of the well, looking up and think the sky is that big. I thought I knew. However, about 5 years ago, I was introduced to our current platform where I work with men right now, that I start to know there's so many blind spots for my lovely family of 3 kids, as you can see in the picture there. My husband is a math teacher, and we thought we know how to take care of our family planning until I come across this platform where I learn more. And then also start to know more about a mission of No Family Left Behind, and fall in love with the financial education. And that's right now I'm doing this business full time and growing our business in multiple states. All right, that's enough about me. So here's what in the next 15 minutes, you're going to have me touch on each of the things. First of all, is the financial planning principle, some benefit of life insurance. And then I'm going to introduce you a quick video about what we call a smart life insurance plan and how you can use it fit into your retirement portfolio. And then just to make sure you stay awake with my presentation, we're going to have a Kahoot game at the end of the presentation, okay? So pay attention. Some of these little details will be up here on the quiz. And then if you quick enough, some prize. Remember that two Kahoot game, okay? All right. So let's talk about a planning principle. For example, Ramesh or Vitala, you on my screen, you can help me to participate. When you build a financial home, right? Where do you start first? When you build a home, where do you start first? Is that from the frame, the foundation, or the roof?
Of course, the foundation.
Of course, the foundation, right? The same thing applies for our financial home. We have to start from the foundation. We want to make sure our financial home is well protected from different kind of quakes of life, including life quake, health quake, tax quake. I don't know what you feel about tax. How about inflation, right? Inflation 7.5%. I don't know if you feel it, but I go to the supermarket, I feel it. But now if you put money in the bank, it doesn't grow. That means our money is safely losing money every single year. So think about that. How do you really protect what you work so hard for your family, for your loved one? And then just having the foundation only would not give you the financial home that later on one day in your later time in your life, you want to rest back in your retirement to make sure, you're well protected, right? That's where we talk about the retirement portfolio. Protection and retirement portfolio is pretty much 90%. It's like you build a home. You already have the strong foundation, a nice frame and nice wall and nice roof already, right? So pretty much you have a very safe home to stay. And then later on after that, if you have extra money, then you can decorate your house with nicer furniture, nicer sofa, and bigger TV, for example. That's what we say. The last one is the lifestyle, right? So if we do this is the philosophy we believe. We build from something strong for foundation, strong retirement planning first, and then you can talk about lifestyle, right? So with that, that's why my first part is about protection. Now, if we talk about protection, I want to ask you, do we really protect the right risk, right? I have some statistics here. The chance of us losing a home in a fire is 1 over 1,200. However, 96% of homeowners have home insurance, right? However, this is the shocking statistic not many people know about. 7 out of 10 of us will have a chance of needing some type of long-term care when we're after 65. 7 out of 10, that's a shockingly 70%. It would need some type of long-term care. However, only 22% have planned for their long-term care need during their retirement. So are we protecting the right risk there, right? How about this? What is the probability of us dying someday? Ramesh, what do you think? What is the chance?
Very high.
100%. I wish I have like 99%. Am I right?
Correct.
How about this? What is the probability of us having some critical illness, heart attack, stroke, or cancer? I don't know about you, but I have heard so many, even in our business colleague. We just have a friend who just had a stroke recently. And in that circle of friends, like a lot of male in their 40, they have stroke recently too.
Yes.
And then we also have friends, just have her husband just pass away with a very quick heart attack. And also my dear father also just passed away from the heart attack as well last year. So think about this. It gives me goosebumps when I think about those sickness. But are we really protect our financial health from these kind of health events too? Because do you know what is the number one cause of bankruptcy in America? Can you make a wide guess? Medical problem, medical bill. When you run into medical health problem, it causes family in America to go into bankruptcy because many people, they don't know how to protect. And that's why we have this. I have this letter. Let me read over to you very quickly, right? I am your life insurance policy. You and I have similar purpose in this world. It is your job to provide food, clothing, shelter, schooling, medicine, and other things for your loved one. You do this while I lie in your safe deposit box. I have faith and trust in you. Out of your earnings will come the cost of my upkeep. At times, I might appear insignificant to you, but someday, and who knows when, you and I will change places. When you are laid to rest, I may be used to help provide food, clothing, shelter, schooling, medicine, and other things your family will continue to need, just as you are doing now. When your work and labor are done, mine will begin. Through me, your hands carry on. Whenever you feel the price you pay for my upkeep is burdensome, remember that I can do more for you and your family than you ever do for me. If you do your part, I will do mine. Sincerely yours. It definitely gives the real benefit of life insurance. That's the number one reason, because the chance of us dying someday is 100%. And it's just the problem is we don't know when, right? So a lot of time we know, for example, I have a family of 3 kids. I want to make sure I have enough coverage. So if something happened to me, my husband doesn't have to go struggle financially to raise the 3 kids all by himself. But the question is, a lot of us, we don't know how much is sufficient coverage for the family. So I have a simple formula. You can follow that and can estimate. So you know, is that going to be enough? Because, for example, if our income is about 100K, sometimes if we buy a life insurance of 500K, we feel it might be sufficient. But let me share with you, there's a simple formula you can come up and calculate. For example, our family agent, most of us, we don't really carry on debt, right? Except a mortgage. We're very frugal. We spend, what the now means. So debt, it can be zero. However, income is the biggest part of our insurance need. If we're no longer there, we want to make sure our family is well provided for. They already suffer from emotional pain. We don't want them to go through financial pain. So income replacement, and this is just an example, right? If something happened to one of the spouse, how much you need per month or per year for the surviving spouse to raise your kids. I put an example of 15 years here because at that, my youngest kid is 3 years old. I want to make sure my husband have enough money to raise my kid until 18. That's 15 years. So the rule is about 10 to 15 years or more. It's up to you. But that's the income replacement. If just 50K times 15 years, already 750K, right? And a mortgage for example, mortgage, 400K. You guys in the Bay Area, most of you are in the Bay Area, 400K, I don't think it will cut, right? That number may be multiplied by 2 or 3 times, given the housing right now. So whatever you own on a mortgage, you can put it in there as well. And then also the E stand for expense or education. If we're no longer there, what do we want to prepare? If you have young kids, you want to set money aside. If we're no longer there, we have provided for them to pursue their career dream. Okay, so that is the number. I have 3 kids. Each of them, I'm thinking putting 100K away just for them to start their college funding. If I'm no longer there, that's part of my insurance need. But if we add everything together, it's about 1.45. If you're in the Bay Area, that number might be very higher than that. And just you follow this DIME method, we call DIME methods, debt, income, mortgage, and expense, then you can come up with what is sufficient for your family. Okay, so now I need some participation here. Okay, why do you think middle-class people like us buy life insurance? And then the next question, why do you think wealthy people buy life insurance? Do you think why wealthy people buy a lot of life insurance? Right? Subu, I have you on my screen. What do you think? Why middle-class people buy life insurance?
Yes, it's for the protection of our spouse and the children.
Very good. That's what I just went over, right? But why do you think the wealthy people buy life insurance? They have a lot of money. If they pass away, their family still can carry on. Why do you want to do that?
Just in case if they are not able to achieve their financial goals and objectives set.
Okay, very good, very good. Let me share with you. Wealthy people, they leverage life insurance even more than middle-class people. Why? Because they want not just protect, they want to carry on the legacy with a tax advantage. They don't have to pay income tax on that. They multiply the asset, the net worth, and then they want to grow their money inside the life insurance. Is that amazing?
Perfect.
It's just middle-class family. We don't know about the benefit of life insurance to maximize it. So that's what I'm going to share with you, a short video about that. All right, let's get started. Hold on, I am sorry. It didn't go as planned. Oh, it works.
You take pride in providing for your family and in keeping them safe. It's what families do. Life insurance may already be a part of how you do that. It can ensure that your family is taken care of financially in the event of your death. But what if life insurance could do more than offer protection in the event of your death? Index Universal Life Insurance gives you the opportunity to build cash value within the policy. And it gives you the option of drawing on the death benefit in the event of qualifying chronic, critical, or terminal illness. The policy can earn interest when a market index value increases and will never be credited less than the minimum guaranteed interest rate. When you pay your premiums, after fees and expenses, a portion of the premium pays for life insurance protection. Any amount paid above that is added to the cash value. The cash value may be credited with interest based on changes in a stock market index. The entire cash value can be allocated to a single index account or could be spread among one or more index accounts, depending on the policy. There is typically a maximum rate of interest, known as a cap, and a minimum rate of interest, known as the floor. Both are set by the insurance company and help determine how much interest is credited to a policy. The floor is the minimum guaranteed interest rate that can be credited to the policy. Why is a floor important? As you can see, avoiding loss can be as important as realizing gains. A 40% market loss requires a 67% gain to get back to where it was. A loss of 50% would require a gain of 100% to get even. Here is an example. Let's say the cap is 10% and the floor is 0%. Interest credited can be between the 10% cap and the 0% floor, but will never exceed the 10% cap and will never be less than the 0% floor. As your circumstances change, your life insurance policy can change right along with you, always providing the protection your family needs to go along with the tax-deferred cash value growth potential you want. Ability to increase or decrease the death benefit amount. Flexibility to adjust premium payments. Managing the impact of taxes is an important part of planning for the future. The tax advantages of Index Universal Life Insurance include tax advantage access to policy value in the form of loans and partial surrenders, tax deferral on any earnings, tax-free transfers between account options, federal income tax-free death benefit. These tax-deferred earnings may be accessed for future expenses or to supplement retirement income. So if you need a permanent life insurance policy that has a federal income tax-free death benefit, policy value accumulation potential, a way to eliminate negative interest with a floor, and living benefits. Index Universal Life Insurance may be a good option.
All right, let's see what have you learned from this video. Okay, give me 1 second. So what we call is our smart life insurance with long-term care. It can help our family before or after our death because it has two sides. One side, the insurance, where of course life insurance is about death benefit, right? And also have something we call living benefit, as you heard from the video. Cover if in case if we have terminal illness, critical illness, or long-term care, we can use the death benefit to help us to cover the expense for our family during the time. And then it's also give you a residual death benefit. On the other side, we also have we call cash value, where you can grow money with tax advantage, would give you downside protection, peace of mind, because it's our hard-earned money. We don't want it to lose with the market risk. Diversify our risk portfolio. At the same time, it's not like putting money in the bank. It doesn't grow. It also have upside potential and very flexible saving plan, right? With all that, let me show you one more slide and show you how we can put it together in a retirement portfolio. As you know that most of us know about IRA, individual retirement account, or 401k is all for retirement. The money you put in is not taxed yet. That's why by the time you withdraw distribution, money out would be 100% taxable. However, Roth IRA or cash value life insurance, you put money after tax, but when you withdraw, it can be tax-free. So I give you, for example, an example of two plans here. And then you tell me what you want to do. For example, plan A, you want every year you take $40,000 from for your retirement. But if you take 100% of $40,000, which is $40,000 per year from your 401k, that means that full $40,000 will be taxable. And then let's assume tax rate is about 25%, then in your pocket only $30,000. However, if you have two buckets of money, one is 401k, the other one is cash value life insurance, you only take half, $20,000 from 401k. So because lower income, you also pay lower tax bracket. So you only pay 15% in this example, right? You pay only $3,000 of tax. The other $20,000 you can take out tax-free from your cash value life insurance, and then together in your pocket will be $37,000 with the same negative withdrawal from $40,000 from your net worth, but you only get into your pocket at $37,000. So think about this: between Plan A and Plan B, which one would you rather have? Right? If let's just say, if we don't plan, and then tax rate increase too, what's going to happen to our retirement? All I want to share with you is if you know how, you can also diversify and protect your retirement. All right, now that's all my part. Take a little bit longer. Now I'm going to start the Kahoot game, okay, with you. So please, if you have not downloaded the app, there's the hyperlink right there for you to download the app for the Kahoot game. And then use your smartphone. You can keep whatever that you watch right now on the screen, and then you can play with enter the select answer on your smartphone. Okay. When you already download the app, or you can or you can go to kahoot.it.com. Kahoot.it.com. No, sorry, Kahoot.it only, not .com. Sorry, Kahoot.it, and then you enter the game ID that I have, 2477114. Okay, let me share a new screen. And then make sure you use the name that's recognizable, okay? Because we want to make sure if you win, we know who it is, so we can, send you the prize. Okay, so we have only 9. Right now we have 57 people in the audience now. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time for us to wait. It's going to be a short, quick one. Make sure that you listen to our video, our training.
If you tell the audience the prize is $10,000, everybody. So we want to download your Kahoot really fast.
So,
Vital, am I right, brother? Ramesh and Guru said they would sponsor $10,000 prize for this event today.
Okay, the first winner.
so team,
The,
so Khan, 1 second. So team, all the attendees just want to reiterate that there are 2 prizes. There are a total of 3 games, and each one of the 3 games are going to have 2 prizes that Min is helping to sponsor. So please do log in on to Kahoot and let's get started. So I see quite a bit have signed in by now.
Yeah, the first
All
one.
right,
The first one is going to take a little longer, but then the second game and the third game will be smoother. And like I said, the prize is $10,000. So let's get going here. Let's go.
It will be fun. And also, this one is not not only need to pick the right answer, but you also have to do it fast. So I don't know how many millennials you have in the group. The young people, they do have it very fast. In our organization, we have a lot of young people, like men cannot even pick fast enough. He knows all the answer, but not fast enough finger. And he said, I have fat finger.
Maybe you can provide the link on chat so that people can join quickly.
Yeah, I see people are asking for a couple of more minutes. So team, it's kahoot.it. If you are on a browser, it is kahoot.it.
All right. I will give it some more time. Don't worry. I think we're good. I know we run a little behind the schedule a little bit, but it's fine. As long as we have fun, right? All right, I'm going to start counting. So if you do it, you have to make it fast, okay? Let's go. 10, 9. You have to do it faster. 8. If you want to win the prize. 7, 6, 5. See? 4, 3. I see people are trying. Someone is do it too fast. They only can put an N in the name. 2, 1. All right. Last chance. All right. I'm going to start close. Okay. Let's get started. Sorry for people. You can participate in the next game. Get ready. Okay. Okay. Question number 1. What is the high risk of your family financial health? Death of a breadwinner, market loss, job loss, or tax increases? Awesome. Yes, I agree. The majority of people say death of the breadwinner. Okay, so next. Let's see who's leading. Deva. Next one. What is the probability of someone needing long-term care after age 65? That's why I need you to pay attention to the detail here. Is that going to be 30%, 70%, less than 1%, or 48%? All right. Next. Yes, 70%. Thank you. You guys are paying attention to my presentation. UV. If I hope I don't butcher your name. All right. If you do it fast and right, you're going to have it higher score. Okay. Tax benefit of IUL are death and living benefit are income tax free, money growth tax deferred, tax free across the policy value, via loan and partial withdrawal, all of the above. I know this one is a little bit tricky. IUL stands for Index Universal Life. All the above. Awesome. At least the majority of you getting it. That's awesome. Okay. Now, Sweta. I am sorry if I butchered your name. You are doing great. What is not part of the DIME formula to calculate insurance need? Debt, income replacement, mortgage, savings. Remember DIME method, okay? Awesome, saving. I know there's a lot of you, but it's not. I forgot to highlight the part it's not, okay? So some of you picked the other one. But the right answer is saving. Saving is not part of DIME formula, okay? All right. Next one, last one, okay? Last gen. IUL, Index Universal Life, is right for me because it protects my family with income tax, free death benefit, asset death benefit in living in terminal, critical, and chronic. It protects my money from market risk and tax risk, all of the above. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. You get it right. Yes, it have all the benefit from the above. Oh, let me stop share. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to bring up our next speaker. He's the regional director for Social Security Service in the Bay Area team. So please welcome Tien Koo.
Hi, thank you, Con. Good morning, everyone. I'm hoping you're having a fun time. This morning, Con gave you valuable information about, building our foundations. And I'm here going to give you about information about Social Security and Medicare. A lot of people, it's always a hot topic. People wondering, if I'm paying to Social Security and Medicare, where is it going? Well, am I getting anything back? So today I'm going to educate you some highlights of it. As Min said, 15 minutes is not a lot. So I'm going to give you an appetizer of what Social Security is and what Medicare is. Let me share my screen with you. All right. So just a disclaimer, what Con already went over, so I'm not going to go over that again. So just want a little background about myself. So I'm like Con, I'm immigrant from Vietnam when I was very young, around 10 years old. And this is my family. I have a beautiful wife and 2 daughters and a son, and they're my treasures, they're everything. And I really thank my wife for all the support that she's given to me. And the right side of the picture, you may see, that's my office. When I just retired from Social Security, I was a district manager overseeing 3 offices, and we have, I oversee almost 100 employees, and we have one of the offices, and if you live in San Jose, you may be familiar with the office off Thule, where by Chuck E. Cheese. So that is one of the busiest offices in the Bay Area. We see over pre-COVID, we see over 300 clients a day. So just imagine, the traffic that we get and people asking about Social Security. And let me continue on. So what is Social Security and what is Medicare? Well, Social Security is like a pension plan. What it does is it gives you financial support for the family, for you once you retired, and also for your family if they're eligible. And Medicare is a health insurance. Just like if you have health insurance to your work, Medicare serves the same purpose. So it's a health insurance that covers your doctor's visit, your hospital stays, and any medical treatments. And that one is run by Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. So it is 2 unique federal agency, but a lot of people sometimes get confused that Social Security also run Medicare, but we're not. But we do help Medicare in a way that provide collecting the premium that you pay to Social Security, okay? So you may, a lot of people in the past have talked about 3-legged stool, So the main legged stool is Social Security, right? People rely on Social Security. Pretty much, if you believe it or not, there's 9 in 10 people in the United States get Social Security. Okay, that's 90% of the United States populations. But people don't know is that Social Security only cover, when it was designed, not a sole retirement plan. It only cover 40%, again, 40% of your pre-retirement earnings. So a lot of people think that if I have Social Security, it's going to set me for life. But unfortunately, that is not the case. There's a lot of misinformation about that. Okay, so here I want to educate you that do not rely solely on Social Security for your retirement because it's not going to be enough. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to have some type of another pension plan, but unfortunately pension plan are gone away. We do in our platform do provide an alternative plan similar to a pension plan. Another thing, of course, will be your investment and your savings, and the other income. Other income could be, side job, right? Side hustles for people to make ends meet. And the thing about Social Security is that people don't realize that Social Security doesn't belong to you personally. Okay, what does that mean? That means that it doesn't have your name tied to that account. It's not like a 401k, right? Or an IRA. So if you have an IRA 401k, you put the money in, it belongs to you, right? Anything happen to you, it go to your beneficiary, similar to an IRA. Unfortunately, Social Security does not work that way. Social Security is work for the whole, the whole population. So whoever pays into it, when it's time for you to collect and you're eligible, you're able to collect. But if you passed away before you're able to collect, then it may not, if you do not have any family or young kids or spouse, then it doesn't go back to any of your beneficiaries, right? It go back to the pool of the rest of us who paid into Social Security, okay? So who paid into Social Security? So if you work, if you're self-employed or you work for someone, we are paid into Social Security in some form or fashions if you worked, okay? So if you look at your tax, your your pay stub, excuse me, your pay stub, you see something like FICA. So it stands for Federal Insurance Contributions Act. So what does that mean? It means that it takes a part of your paycheck paid into Social Security. So if you're self-employed, you paid a total of 15.3%, okay, of your gross wages. So if you employ for someone else, we're fortunate then that employer will pay your half of your share. So you pay 7.65%, your employer will pay 7.65%. Okay, 6.2% will go to Social Security, the other one goes to 1.4% go to Medicare. And that's up to $147,000. That's only for Social Security taxes. Medicare, there's no limit, there's no cap. Okay, so what does it fund? Well, it funds, if you're retired, it funds if you're disabled, it funds to your spouse, your children, or wounded warriors, those that in the war and get disabled. Okay, so how do you qualify? And a lot of misnomer about this too. Okay, you qualify by what Social Security called credit. So when you work and you pay Social Security tax, you get credit, and you need 40 credits, which is equal to about 10 years of work. And you have to be at least 62 or older to file for Social Security benefit on your own. Okay, for 2022, you need $1,510 in earnings to give you 1 credit. Okay, so in order to earn 4 credit, which is the max you can earn in a year, is $6,040. So if you make $100,000, $1 million, you still maximum earn 4 credits. So some people think, well, if I earn, what happened if I have more than $6,040? Could I get more credits? Unfortunately not. The maximum you can get is 4 credits. So that's why we talk about 10 years of work. 10 years of work doesn't have to be consecutive. It could be, 2 credit years this year, 2 credit, another year or so, but add together by the time you file, the credit has to equal to 40 credits, okay? So the next thing is, how do we calculate your benefits? And a lot of people think, well, Social Security only take the high 10 years or the average 10 years or 5 years. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So they're going to look at your adjustment over 35 years of your time span. And luckily, the advantage with this is that they index your earnings. So whatever you're earning 35 years ago is going to be indexed to what today dollars is. So if you're making only 10,000 when you just got out of college, that 10,000 does not average as 10,000 in today dollars. It's going to be average based on what the inflation was, about 30 years from now. Okay, so that's the good part. And the bad part is it have to average 35 years. Okay, so if you have what people ask, well, what happened if I have only 20 years? Guess what? The other 15 years that you don't have earnings, they're going to average those years, 0, right? 0. What does that mean? Well, that means that your average benefits gonna be reduced, right? Even if you make, $200,000 for 10 years and you say, well, I'm great, Social Security gonna keep me on high because they're gonna average it out. Unfortunately, those other 25 years is going to be 0 years. So what does that mean? It means it's going to lower your average of what you contribute. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so retirement. So a lot of people think, you know, traditionally years ago, right? It's 65, right? For full retirement, you get 100% of your benefit. Unfortunately, that law has changed during the Reagan era. People didn't know it until, you know, now it's kind of like late. Now, if you're born in from 1943 to 54, it's going to, in order for you to get 100% of your benefit, you have to be at 66, okay? For myself and probably Con and Min, we're going to be at 67. Okay, for 67 before we get 100% of our benefits. But if you decide to get it earlier, right? If you get it earlier, like the charts show here at 62, you see the reduction, right? The earlier you get it, the more reduction. So instead of someone's getting $1,000, they're gonna get 30% reduction if they take it at 62, right? So that means they get only $700. So keep that in mind. The earlier you file, then the less you'll get, okay? All right. A lot of people, you know, ask, where can I get an estimate on my Social Security? I encourage you to go to socialsecurity.gov /estimated websites right here. And it will give you, make sure you register for an online account, then it actually spelled out how much you estimate to get, okay? And the wonderful thing is, you can go there and play with it when you want to retire. And based on that, it can give you an estimate how much. And also you can put in how much you're going to earn. And based on that projection, it's going to tell you how much you get. So as part of financial planning overall is, you know, as us, when we look at it, we also ask, you know, how much are you plan to get in Social Security? So that way it come in picture and how we plan for you holistically to make sure that you have the proper retirement income that you need. And a little bit misnomer is people think if I claim Social Security, then I still can work and they're not going to take away from my benefits. But unfortunately, that is not correct, right? Because if you decide to file early and still working, then you see this amount for 2022. If you're under full retirement age, let's say right now, make it easy, retirement age at 66. So if you started taking at 62, okay, if you're working, then you can only make up to $19,560 a year, okay, if you're working, for not Social Security not to take away any of your benefits, okay? So if you work more than that, let's say you work $2 more, $1 of that benefit is going to take out, reduce, okay, for your Social Security. So when we talk to people, when I was at Social Security, we usually educate people, if you still plan to work, it doesn't make sense for you to file for Social Security benefits because what you're making is kind of taken away, okay? But when the year that you reach, let's say 66, then you have a big increase that year to 51,000. So let's say if you reach 66 in March, okay, so actually in February and January and February, you can make this amount, 51,960, right before you turn 66. Okay, so it doesn't average out to the whole year. It's only take to the point that you turn 66. So if you're a high income earner and plan to get full retirement age and you want to file, you can make up to that much and you still can file early if you want a little reduction. So what the reduction is a little bit less severe. It's $1 for every 3. So every 3 you make over, $1 is taken away. So once you reach 66 and above, there's no limit. So if you want to start working again, once you file at 66 full retirement, you can make $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, $1 million. It has no effect on your Social Security benefit. You still get the same maximum amount, okay? The only thing that Social Security people don't think about is about tax, okay? All right. Unfortunately, when you retired and you collect Social Security and you're still working, you still paid into Social Security taxes. That will never stop. As long as you work, no matter what age you are, Social Security tax is still there. But on the back end, if you collect Social Security benefit, right, you still have to then pay potential taxes on your Social Security benefit itself. And it hasn't changed much since it's created. So if you an individual, if your earning is between 25 to 34,000 in income, then 50% of your benefits may be taxed. Okay, and oops. And if you file joint, that's from 32 to 44, and then if for single for 34 to up to more than 34,000, then 85% of your benefit may be taxed. And for joint is up more than 44,000, then potential 85% of your benefit may be taxed. And if you marry and file separately, then it'd be similar. Okay, has filed single. So how is the tax done? Well, the tax is looking at your combined income. So look at your adjusted gross plus any non-taxable interest. Then it takes half of your Social Security benefits, add into that as part of the income, then that's what they call combined income. And then they will determine how much tax you will have to pay into your Social Security. Okay. So pretty much think about it. You will tax now, later, forever, right? With Social Security, you know, so it doesn't change in the prospect of that. Just keep that in mind. And then I'm going to cover about Medicare. Okay. Medicare is for those that there's three parts of Medicare, three main parts, which is the original Medicare. We have Part A, which is for hospitalizations. Part B is the medical insurance. That's more the doctor visit. And then Part D is the prescription drugs. Okay. Then you may also what they call add supplemental insurance coverage. It's called Medigap. So some people will purchase Medigap just to cover what Medicare or the Medicare itself, the original Medicare doesn't cover. Then there's also Medicare Advantage, which some people know as Part C. So Medicare Advantage, by law, they have to cover Part A and Part B. Okay, some of them will also cover you Part D, okay, which is prescription, and some also give you out-of-pocket costs very low. So some people, instead of enroll into the original Medicare, they opt for Medicare Part C. Sometimes Part C may be a little bit less and give you more, but Part C sometimes is restrictive because it's based mainly on HMO, and that's how they're able to cut costs. And you restrict it to see only within their plan. Just like if you have private health insurance from your work and you choose a plan that's HMO, you have to see without them anything outside of HMO, you have to pay more. Whereas Medicare, you can go anywhere that or doctors or hospital that are willing to accept Medicare. Okay, so when can you be eligible for Medicare? Well, the earliest is 66. Okay, and you can file 3 months before your 65th birthday. And a lot of people misunderstood because if you're working, right, some people work beyond 65 and they don't want to file Medicare. They say, well, I'm working, I don't need to file for Medicare because then I have to pay for the premium. But what we encourage you to do, and anyone you know, is they should file for Medicare Part A. Okay, why I say that? Because Part A is free, right? And it's cover hospitalization, which is the highest cost, right? If you're in a hospital. So your insurance, health insurance will cover whatever they don't cover, Medicare will pick it up. So why not file for it? It's free to you. Why do you have to pay that extra out of pocket, right? That's very important, okay? So I encourage you, because a lot of people don't realize that. And when they come after 65, I say, why didn't you file? I would say, I don't know. I thought I have to wait until I stop working. That's not the case. You can wait and not file Part B until you stop working. Okay, but Part A, everyone should file if they're eligible. Again, you have to have 40 quarters to file. Or you can file if you're disabled, you know, within 2 years you qualified, or you have Lou Gehrig's disease, or you have kidney failure. All right, so I encourage you to do that. All right, now Medicare Part B, okay, which is doctor's visits, more or less. They have a graded system on premium. All right, so if you're making single 91,000 or less, or if you file joint 182,000 or less, okay, the premium has jumped skyrocket this year, right, to $170.10. But then if you have more, your income, which is what we call modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI, or MAGI, depending on how you would like to say it, we call MAGI, then you may have to pay more, okay? So you can see it's graded, has each income increases bracket, just like a tax bracket, you know, in your tax, you have to pay more into it. So if you have, you know, the maximum here over $500,000 on your MAGI, right? Then you look at how much your Medicare Part B is. It's over $578. It's $578. So you see the high income you are, and But the income, people have to understand the income is a look back of 2 years. So what you paid in 2022 is what based on what your in tax filing of 2020. Okay, so we do have beneficiaries come in and say, well, you know, my tax return last year is only showing this. Why am I paying this much? So we have to explain to them, well, what happened is 2 years ago, not last year or this year. Okay, so let's say you have a good windfall, you know, real estate is hot right now, and you sold an investment home, right? So then you have that big, huge windfall, right? Then that tax return, and then next 2 years later, you realize, oh my gosh, my Medicare jumped to $400 some. Why it jumped? Unfortunately, it jumped, and you have to incur that for the full year. Okay, we can't just reduce it because, well, it's a one-time windfall for me. Well, I'm sorry, you still obligated to pay this premium for the whole year. The following year, let's say 2023, and then 2021, you don't have a big windfall, then it'll go back to what it was. Then your Medicare will drop. So it's not a one-time deal that you get increased and it continue forever. It will fluctuate each year depending on where your income filing is, your MAGI is. Okay. All right. So other benefits of Social Security that we do cover. Okay, we cover spouse. All right, and divorce spouse benefits, widow's benefit, auxiliary benefits for children, and disability. Those have been, and these are the things that we can keep deep diving, later. But this is just an overview of what Social Security and Medicare is. So I'll turn back to Khan to do Kahoot. All right, Khan.
Yes. Can you please unshare? My internet is not stable. There you go.
For all our participants, just want to let you know, with all the detailed explanation that Khan and Tien have explained, there's been a little bit of delay that we have. So just wanted to let you know, we still have Min Nguyen also going to be doing a presentation after this round of Kahoot game. So we might extend the meeting by about 15 to 20 minutes. Just wanted to give all of you a quick heads up. Khan, back to you.
I am trying, but I think for some reason my computer froze. Is there? I can post the link to the Kahoot right there. Give me 1 second.
All right. Well,
probably I have to leave and come.
Well, go ahead, Khan. Anmin will cover you while you're leaving and come back. So, hey, this is in the technology world. Sometimes it happens. So I appreciate Ramesh for saying that. But after this, if it's not allowed, we can certainly follow up again for other meeting if you needed to. But that would depend on Ramesh and Roy and Vital, the organizer. You can decide, let me know what you like to do. Because I think that it's fun to have fun, make sure the Kahoot is running. And like I said, it is today somewhat an appetizer. And I hope that you see some values in the short time that we have with each other so far. But Tin provides some Medicare, and then some question about long-term care, and then some of our teammates and members saying that we can answer later on. So as time permit, we have time until 12:30 today. That's my time allotment. But if that's okay, look like Khan is back. So I'm going to turn it back to Khan. Yes? You're muted, Khan.
You're on mute.
You need to unmute yourself, Khan. Let
me do that. Let me do that once.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. When I come back, my co-host was.
This is more of a reason why we need to do this in person so that we can make fun of each other in person.
Yes. Okay. So now you guys already, experience. So it's faster now. Thank you very much. The game pin is 773-7879. We also have another 5 questions.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
Yeah, Kan and Tin. The other one, we excuse you for a little bit late already for the other meeting that we ran over. So, yeah. Be present. Kan, you are muted still. Ramesh, would you unmute Kan?
Yep, it's unmuted.
And there you go. All right. All right. So are we done? Are we having enough?
Yeah, I think we should start off.
Okay, let's start. Sorry. Okay, Social Security question. 5 questions, 5 chance. Let's pick it fast, okay? Question 1. What is the total percentage of FICA tax paid into Social Security and Medicare from your gross wages? 15.3, 6.25, 12%, or 10%? That's why we want you to pay attention during our presentation. We have these little numbers that we pick on, okay? 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. The right answer, 15.3. Yes, a lot of us paying 6.25, but that's only half. That's good. Awesome. Thank you. That's next. How many credits do you need to receive retirement benefit? 10, 40, 30, or 20? Be who pay attention during team presentation now. Anything? 25. All right, you all get it right. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Did a good job. You know, for presenter, when we see people pick the right answer, we're so happy. What is the maximum number of credits can you earn a year? All right. Is there no limit? 2, 1, or 4? Some tricky question here. Oh, I give you guys too much time. I should only give 5 seconds. Rohit is like, I got it right. Yes, it's 4. Awesome. You see, presenter, when we see people pick the right answer, we're so happy. That means you stay awake during our presentation. What is the earliest age you can claim retirement benefit? Remember, earliest age. Tricky, earliest age, okay? That's 62, 72, 67, or 59 and a half. There's so many numbers. I know. Yes, it's 62. Some of you picked 67, that's for retirement. I know that's maybe your first time listening to it. Okay, what is the age to file for Medicare? Remember, he's emphasized that during his presentation, 62, 65, 59 and a half, or 67. Awesome. Medicare. Awesome. The majority, yeah, get it right. All right. So I think that's the last question. I am going to stop share to hide the results. So you have to stay until the end. All right. Next, I'm going to bring our amazing CEO for our company, Minh Nguyen, back for him to share about retirement.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And I just want to do a double check with Roy and Ramesh and Vital, the organizer. Is it okay that we continue with the third session, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got a unanimous agreement. So let's go for that then. All right, so let me share the screen. So thank you very much once again, everybody. And I know that is lunchtime and some of us are starting to get hungry. So I will go through quickly. So very quickly, you see that this is my family. As we said, we're doing everything we do is we are building it for our family. And I understand that today we have a conversation for us to learn with each other. It's also because we want to take care of our family. And today I get a chance to participate in the extended family of the TVKS. So thank you, everybody. And many of you guys I might have met before. So I'm looking forward to long life friendships. This is my family. This is Tina. Some of you guys might have met her. She's the one that keeps all my money. And these two monsters are the ones that eat all my money. And I'm just a worker, all right? So before today, she go, help them, and build the business, okay? Obviously, there's a disclaimer. The disclaimer, all it's saying is, I'm not at fault for whatever you decide to do. Don't take this as an investment advice. Everybody is individualized. Would you agree? So every case is individualized, okay? So this is a disclaimer. From the financial advisor standpoint, not every shoes will fit everybody. So we recommend that you sit down with individual and then see what individual situation look like, because every one of us have different goals, okay? My section is talking about quickly retirement planning. So I like to leave you with a quick acronym. I created this acronym. It's called the Great Conversation. A great conversation is something that you can certainly talk within yourself or within your family. You decide what you wanted to do to achieve your financial solution goal. G stands for goal. What is your goal? R, what is your risk tolerance? E, what do you expect the money to do for you? A, what can you accept? T stands for time horizon. When did you need that money? Time horizon, right? So, you know, I like to have some philosophical question when you plan for retirement. Before retirement, you might want to ask this question: am I working just to pay bills? Or am I working to take care of the family? Or do I have to work to save for our kids' needs? A lot of the time we go through our life and we work, and we don't really think about it. Or at the same time, we might need to work to save a little for our retirement. And at the same time, we might try to plan to protect our estate. So all of these should be the thing that we do before retirement, okay? After retirement and into retirement, some of the questions that I already asking myself is, have I lived? Did I live to work, or did I work so I can live? I mean, these questions are important questions before you plan for your retirement. Do I want to live less in my retirement years, or do I want to live more? So do you plan to have more financial strategies? Do I plan ahead for my healthy and peaceful retirement? These are the questions that I would ask you to ponder. And you have not thought about this stuff, I encourage you to start asking yourself about these things, because sometimes that time will not wait for us. And as we work and work and work, another clicks of life, I call it every 10 years is a click of life. Another blink of an eye, 10 years pass by. And another 10 years, we are too late to do anything else. Would you guys agree? So retirement planning is to plan ahead and be ready. Now let's talk about the financials very quickly. Before retirement, on the left side of the column, you see you have all of these expenses. You have car payment, you have kids, you have liability, you have food, you have property tax. All of this stuff are the few things that we listed for you guys for retirement planning. But on the right side, you know, there's a lot of misassumptions out there saying that, oh, upon my retirement, my tax rate is going to be lower. And the answer, it can be if you plan to be poor when you retire. I don't plan for you to be poor upon retirement, because we work all of our life at the beginning. Would you guys agree? Upon retirement, we want to live more and live happily and encouraging. So therefore, you want to live at the same current state of financial situation right now, but you forget something. Upon retirement, you lose a lot of deduction. And at the same time, when you forgot another thing is called inflation. A gas dollar today, as you see, it has increased so much already. Today, if you need to live on 20,000, about 20 years from now or 10 years from now, you might need 40,000 to live the same kind of lifestyles as you are today. Does that make sense? And so those are the things that you have to do. And you forget something. There's an item number 14 and then number 13. As we retire, we want to have more expenses so that we can travel the world, live the life, do more charity, or maybe we get a little weaker. We need extra money for our long-term care needs. And if you don't plan correctly, what Tin was talking about in terms of Medicare Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D, and the extended, and what Tan talked about, if we did not plan right, we don't have the right long-term care. I mean, those are unfortunate things, but if it doesn't happen, then those are extra bonus for our family. We pass on to the legacy. So all of this is part of the retirement, right? So I'm moving on quick today because to make up the little time, but then, you know, in retirement, the biggest chunk, and while we're working too, the thing that eat up a lot of our money will be calling tax. So you have to understand about tax. So that is, today, there's three major buckets in tax saving and tax planning. Either you pay tax now, if you invest in stock, mutual fund, do investment immediately. There's a short-term, long-term capital gain. You got to pay tax right now. Things like 401k, 403b, 457, annuities, IRA, things like that. This is tax later. So the tax later, you don't pay tax now, but you pay tax later, it all depends on your belief where the tax rate is going to be heading to us, right? I believe that the tax rate is going to go up because of the way the government right now in the United States living, they're spending too much money, they're printing too much paper. So I believe that tax rate is going to go up. So why do I want to invest too much on the tax later? There's a tax advantage, things that you may not be aware of, such as like muni bonds, 529 plan for kid college education, 7702 plan like the one Khan talked about, the insurance plan. The wealthy people use it as a loophole, my friend. Wealthy people use it, call it a rich man Roth. So it's just that we never get educated. I got educated about this thing about 11, 12 years ago. And I'm able to spread the good news information to many family, and the people who get educated take on the opportunity and save for their family. And then you know that there's a Roth 401k now. And then the Roth 401k wasn't a thing recently, but now it's become a lot of things. Would you guys agree? Because it was started from the governmental standpoint, okay? And I'm speeding up just so that you get a flavors of it. But upon retirement, these are the places you will tap on to get your income. So these are important areas where you plan ahead. So we talk about Social Security. Social Security, in a way, is kind of a government promise for as a way pension. A pension is a guaranteed lifetime income until the day we die. Okay. But a Social Security, as Tin might don't have the time to go over, but you know, right now, Social Security doesn't have exactly every dollar that they promise us. They have less than every dollar that they promise us. And then as the economy is worsened, for me, I don't even count on my Social Security. I'm supposed to have Social Security because I work more than 10 years, which is 40 units, right? So we need to educate ourselves on that. A pension, I used to work at the Kaiser Hospital. They promised me a pension as well. But what if Kaiser go bankrupt? How would there be an opportunity for me to get a pension when the company is no longer there? So then you got to know how to create your own pension. You got to create something that guarantees lifetime income. Would you agree with me? And I know that if I'm here with you, I will see some head nodding. Am I right? 401k, IRA, SEP IRA, Roth IRA, mutual fund, defined benefit. All of these are tax deferred. Right now, if you happen to see in the last 2 weeks of the 401k, if you don't plan correctly, you don't know how to protect your money, some of us might have lost about 20, 25%. It go up and down. So I'll go over a little bit of those concepts called the sequentials of return for the retirement concept. Because all of us here, I understand that all of us here are highly educated. And then so for us to grasp this concept is easy. The only thing is we just don't know what we did not know. So we don't have it's on our radar and our antenna to decide what it is that we don't know what it is that we don't know. Does it make sense? So that is an important question that you have to ask. How do I get to know something that I might not know that I don't know? I know it's a little confusing, but anyways, we can clarify that later on, okay? You, of course, some of us invest in stock, bonds, and crypto. You have to understand your risk. Crypto is very high risk. You know what is higher than crypto risk? I like to joke about this stuff. I call it Las Vegas. Within 30 seconds, Vital, if we go to Las Vegas, brother, we know that we double our money or we lose everything right away. So that's Las Vegas. Crypto is almost like that, brother. Okay. Real estate. I do have a real estate broker license. I've been investing in real estate for the last 20 years. I do love real estate because it's tangible assets to have and to hold and to go brag about it to your friend. Hey, I own that property. I own it. I sold it. So we talk about real estate another day if you guys are interested. And you know what, right now, real estate is very, very confusing, but I love to talk about it because I'm active investing in it. But at the same time, you got to get yourself educated. Otherwise, it's a dangerous game. Okay. Cash value life insurance is actually one of the banks that I used to buy my real estate, and Khan talked about it. And some of you guys might have heard me talk about it before. And I share with you my personal example and how I would draw out hundreds and even millions of dollars from my cash values, and then I can buy real estate from it and not pay tax on it, okay? Annuities is a self-pension plan that you can create for yourself. There are many kinds of annuities. Today, just a quick overview, but you got to understand there's an immediate annuity, there's a deferred annuity, there's a single premium annuity, and there's an accumulation annuity, there's a variable annuities, there's many different kinds. You just got to get yourself educated and make an informed decision for your family situation, okay? Obviously, checking and saving. We don't encourage people to put the money in the checking and saving because you put too much in there, the money is really not working for you. The bank is using your money. They use your money for the credit card loan out to 18, 24%, and they will only give you less than 1%. So why don't you want to learn how to become your own bank? That's my question to you. And that way you get yourself educated. And I hope that today, Kanfan give you some information and Tin Ku give you some good information. We are the company of education. I become knowledgeable because in the last 12 years, I have learned a whole lot. And by teaching back, I get to even learn a lot more. So I encourage you to at least come and learn together, okay? Very quickly, for retirement, most of us, when you hear the word retirement, you have a 401k, 403b, or the saving plan, you can certainly roll it over to the new company and give the control back to the new company again. Or you can roll it into an IRA. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Or you can turn into a Roth IRA, you know, the backdoor Roth. This year, it may go away. There's a backdoor Roth conversion, and there's a mega backdoor Roth conversion. Or once you convert it into this one, or you can turn it into a self-directed IRA. You can use that to buy whatever that you want it to do, to buy real estate, whatever. Or you can choose it to go into the bank, low gain, low risk. Or you can put it into mutual fund or stocks, high gain, high risk. Or you can turn it into your personal pension plan, okay? Very quickly, everybody. This is something, it's called the sequentials of return, and I'm almost done. And Roy and Vital, I know that we're going over a little bit, and I hope it's okay still.
We have one more game of Kahoot, and we have winner announcement, so please take your time.
Okay, thank you very much, brother. That makes me feel so much better. I can breathe now because I'm speaking without breath. The sequentials of return here is very simple. If you don't plan to withdraw the money, like you're not in retirement, then it does not matter. You see the sequentials of return. You see my mouse here? At the beginning year, let's say at year 0, and in year 1, you gain 29, 18, and 25. Those are the gain first year. And then the later year, you lose 25, 18, and 29. So on the red line up here, later on, you will see that you gain here and you lose later on. Here, you lose first and you gain later. As long as you're not retiring, you're not withdrawing your money, you will end up at the same place. You see that? After 25 years, your 100,000 will end up be around like 500 or 600,000, something like that. To make sense? That is the sequential of the return. But it is not the same if you plan for retirement. It is so important to understand this, you guys. Here is the sequentials of return. If you were to take 5% for your annual return for your upon retirement, this matters. If you lost first, then the money go down first and you have to live, so that you have to withdraw the money for retirement. Your money will run out by year 13. So over here, if you're lucky, you get to go again first, and you lost later on. After year 25, your 685,000 still have about 1.5 million. But your 685,000, because you start out losing first, it ran out first. It's just a simple math, everybody. It's just math, but you just don't understand or don't realize it because upon withdrawal. So how do you do that? You want to eliminate the volatility, just as you've seen with the stock market and the current 401k right now in the last 2 weeks. Would you guys agree? This Ukraine things and this Russia things is still going to be a little crazy. So we don't know what it is yet with this nuclear things and all of this stuff. So more of this news is going to keep on the market to be very volatile. Okay. So we're going to teach people how to reduce that volatility. Okay. This one is my last slide to show you the actual impact of a husband and wife. Okay. The person is just only 1 year apart, 1 year difference. Both of them put in 500,000 and use a conservative S&P 500. And they need to withdraw 30,000 for their retirement, which is a very conservative amount, everybody. We're talking about 30,000 for the whole year. That's only about 2,000 per month. But the husband, he got lucky. He put in 1 year before the wife. He put it in, and lucky in 1998, this is the actual return. He got 26.7%. And because he gained first, and then you know what, his money doesn't run out. From 1998 until 2018, he still have 100,000 in his portfolios. Jane, his wife, is 1 year younger. Do exactly the same thing he does, put in the same exact account, but 1 year later on. Because of the 1 year later on, she did not gain that much. She did not get the opportunity to gain, and she got hit by 2000, 2001, 2002. Remember that? The World Trade Center? Her money ran out by 2012. She has no money left. And she is younger, and yet no money left. Okay? So that, my friend, I know that is fast, and we have many more classes. I literally tell you that we have hundreds of different topics, and even if the same topic, we have many different presenters. We have people that now that because of the Zoom environment, we can invite great speakers from all around the country to help us. So I hope that you enjoy the very quick 3 session of 3 small topics, but we definitely have a lot more to discuss with you. Taxation, estate planning, long-term care, many more. So I hope that you find some values today, and I hope that we provide some values. With that being said, time is short. Khan, back to you for the Kahoot section.
All right, so we know the drill. The game pin now, every game pin is different. 3977593. please participate. Another chance for you to be number one, number two. I know this time would be a lot faster. You know the drill already. And you see the trend that how we're going to pick the question from the various information provided through the presentation. I hope you still stay awake to pick it up on that and get a chance to win now. Oh, we a lot faster, see? Right now we're 25. I love the beautiful smile from all the gentlemen I see on the screen here. Ramesh. All right, so are we stop at 24 or should we? I think we should get going, right? I counted.
We should get going.
3, 2, 1. I will start. Retirement planning questions. Okay, I only have 5 questions here. Number 1. What factor is not part of great conversation? Remember, not, okay? Goal, risk, expenses, time. I know it's tricky. Okay, not, okay? I don't know if you take notes. It's his first slide. Awesome. Expense is not part of his great discussion. Awesome. Next. What are the potential sources of retirement incomes? 401k, cash, annuity, and cash value insurance, all of the above. Awesome. Yes, all the above. If we only count one source, our planning might be lopsided, okay? That's good. As long as we know how it works, we can make it go to work for us. The sequence of return matters during retirement distribution, true or false? I know the last 3 slides he talked about it. Does it matter or not? True or false? Awesome. Yes. See, people pay attention to your presentation. That's good.
I know some of the people choose the wrong answer on purpose to give the other people the prize winning. That's why.
401k from prior employment can be rolled into new 401k, IRA, annuity, all of the above. You have choices or no? Okay. I know this may be tricky, but let's test our knowledge. Awesome. Actually, your old 401k can roll over into it's up to you, but I recommend if you have choice, you want to know the pros and cons, talk to a professional. Okay. Awesome. I think that's last one here. What are the risks to be considered in retirement planning? Outlive the retirement savings, increasing healthcare costs, market risk or tax risk exposure, all of the above. What do you think? Very good. You learned the trick. Whenever I have all the above, just pick that. That's the right one. All right. So we have we done. Back to Rohit. Back to you.
Hello all. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and this was fantastic. You stayed throughout the time. I request your indulgence to stay for a few more minutes where we'll announce the Kahoot winners, and we'll also talk more. Give me 1 second while I share my screen and announce Kahoot winners. After that, we'll have Q&A, and during that time, I will show you the Calendly link from which you can book time with Min. It's a complimentary session for the TVKS members. So 30 minutes of complimentary session. Feel free to book time on Min's calendar. Let us start with the Kahoot winners. And we want the Kahoot winners to at least highlight themselves or chat window, say present, so we know you're here. Give me 1 second while I share my screen. Okay, tell me when you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Family insurance planning. The winners are Shweta T and Ram Shankar. Please let us know if you're on the call so we know that you're here, and we'll reach out to you so that we can send you your Amazon gift cards.
I'm on the call, Shweta.
Very cool. Very cool.
Oh, so you have to be present to take the prize, right, Roy?
Yeah.
That's the trick.
That's the trick. Ram Shankar?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you for being a fantastic audience. And let's look at the winners of the Social Security Administration quiz, which is Vasant and Ajay. Vasant for the first prize and Ajay for the second prize.
Yeah, this is Ajay. I'm here.
Hi, Ajay. Thank you. Congratulations, Vasant.
I think some people don't have access to unmute themselves.
No,
Yeah.
I made unmute. I think Vasant is on the call.
Okay. Vasant, we're going to consider that you are going to be here, and we're going to go forward. Okay.
So I can hear you now.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah, my microphone was muted.
Okay, super. The last one, I think. Oh, Vasant wins again.
I have the last one. Let me share. I have the screen too. Give me 1 second.
Give me 1 second, guys. We're just compiling the results.
It's gonna be Rohit, huh?
Wait.
Number 1, Vasant again. Good
Wow.
job. And
Yeah, my lucky day, I guess. Maybe I should invest today then.
congratulations. Good job. Good job.
Vasant, you should go to Las Vegas. You're lucky. Yes, good idea. Or buy some crypto. Yes.
So what we'll do, this is a fun, congratulations to all the winners, all the 6 of you. Those who ever does not get their Amazon gift cards over email, you will let us know. We will reach out to you to get your email addresses and somehow send this information to you. If we miss out, please be sure to contact us and we'll make sure the gifts are reached out. Before I do anything, let's quickly hit a Q&A. Do you have 5 minutes to stay over? There are an important few questions. If you don't mind, I will hit the top 3 questions that are there. If we work in California, state disability tax covers with similar to LTC. Is LTC needed only after retirement?
Hin, do you want to answer that one? I can quickly tell you that the LTC are usually when you have a condition that beyond 100 days, then LTC can step in. Otherwise, the state and the Medi-Cal and Medicare only going to help you with the first 100 days.
Okay. Then the next question, again LTC related, does the state disability insurance cover LTC?
Go ahead, brother Hin.
Okay. The state, remember the state insurance for disability is only, that's what they call short-term disability. So it's only for short-term to cover on you a certain amount of days, but after that, it doesn't. So long-term care is still need to required because again, long-term care means long-term, right? Even if you're getting Social Security, you're getting Medicare, like men say, it'll cover you the first 100 days, but that has to be medical facility, right? Medical care. So if you need that, then yes, that's why we encourage you to think about long-term care insurance because that's a misinformation. A lot of people think that Medicare does cover it. Unfortunately, it does not.
Okay. Then I have the next question is, how much should we start withdrawing from Social Security benefits based on the life expectancy, or what age should we start withdrawing? So I think it's a 2-part question where they're saying that, well, I qualify, but how do I calculate how much money it's going to last for what time? That I think was the thing.
Well, so once you collect Social Security, it's lifetime, right? It will pay until you pass, right? And then it goes to your family, your spouse, if you're married, if your spouse doesn't eligible for Social Security on his or her own benefits. As far as when you collect, that's up to you as a personal matters and a personal financial matters. You have to know your health, how long you expect to live, as far as your health wise and your family line genetics, and also income wise. How much income do you need? Do you need Social Security at the time to supplement that, or can you delay it? So it's very personal matters. And a lot of people don't know the actuary already did the numbers. Either you collect early or late, no matter what. It's based on the life expectancy, about 88 years old for female and about 86 for male. So if you live to that age, if you collect that full retirement early, you're going to get the same amount of money. So if you believe you're going to live beyond those expectancy, then yeah, it may be better to collect late. But again, life is unexpected. You don't know what you don't know, or you don't know what your life will bring. So it is one of those personal choice that you have to make.
Gotcha. Thanks. So I'll take one last question, and after this, again, please look at the Calendly link posted in the chat window. Feel free to book a time, 30-minute complimentary session. I know some people are traveling. I think Min is flexible to book some time after you come back. So we're very grateful. Last question for the session, and a quick thank you to everyone before that. I will do the last question. IRA to Roth IRA conversion. How soon does that conversion need to be started?
Well, the IRA, what you're asking for is a backdoor Roth conversion. So backdoor Roth conversion, whenever the time that you convert from a regular IRA to a Roth IRA, that year you have to pay the tax. So usually when people do the backdoor Roth conversion, they convert it right away. The reason you do that is because the Roth IRA, you have income limitations. If you are a couple that make more than $205,000, I believe, then you do not qualify to participate in Roth. That's why you start with an IRA. But in the grand scheme of things, you're talking about an IRA that is only $7,000. So to me, that is too small of a planning anyhow, to be honest with you. So there are other things that is much bigger. It's called the rich man Roth, or the understand about the creating your own 1099. So you can have a set IRA or a mega Roth and whatnot. That is up to 60,000 instead of just 7,000. So sometimes because we don't know what is available, we try to nitpicky on the little things that doesn't really matter that much. But of course, husband and wife, you have two of them, you can put away 15,000, but it all depends on individual. So to answer the question shortly, you wanted to do as soon as it's allowed. So let's say you put it in today, you convert tonight.
Beautiful. Min, I'd like to thank and end this session by saying a big thank you to you, Min, Khan, and Tien for conducting such an awesome webinar. We sincerely hope the TVKS people benefited from this. For those of you that are interested in talking more, please book a 30-minute complimentary meeting for which the link has been posted. A big thanks to the TVKS Board of Directors, Executive Committee, the marketing team, the volunteers behind who are helping with the Zoom meetings, and the treasurer, all the behind-the-scenes people who help us to get this session. Last but not the least, please make time for you to join and actively participate in these webinar sessions. We are going to have one on April 2nd for real estate called Should I Buy or Should I Sell? Details will be sent over an email. We thank you all for an excellent session. Thank you once again. Have a great, great weekend. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.